slip is already there. Thank you, sir, for me.
Good. Good afternoon before lunch. And I have prepared, yesterday I talked to Madam Chari, 30 minutes. Yes, I know that. But I was tempted to add one or two lines beyond my presentation after hearing the speakers. And when Veda talked about Mahavatar Babaji, and we have all of us, this one book, probably I would have bought more than 3,000 books and given to all the people, and whenever I go out of the country, I buy this autobiography of Yogi and Tirukural. These two things only I take it as a gift to foreign country. When you read this autobiography of Yogi and you learn little bit of Lahiri Mahasai, and always whenever people entered his house to see him, he was kind of in the elevated. His head will be always touching the roof and people will talk to him. Then his student, Yukteswar, is a great scholar, and his student, Paramahamsa Yogananda, has written the book. And I like to tell one thing here, that, yes, I will adjust the time. When Vivekananda was in Chicago, one boy, it is in the book, he was about to be drowned, and he lifted him. The big story, I cut it short. Then that mother and the son asked him to be his guru. But Vivekananda told, no, the person who gives a silver cup will be your guru. Then this man was searching for a guru who will give silver cup. Nothing happened, but he joined the Paramahamsa Yogananda and learned, and at the time probably he was 40. When Paramahamsa Yogananda came to India, he went back to celebrate Christmas in United States, and he gave him the silver cup. When Paramahamsa Yogananda was 2 years old, Vivekananda predicted that this man will come and teach this man and also give a silver cup. That's what we think about. All our powers, what we have here inside, which Dr. Bubakar, my good friend, was trying to talk about. If he has some time, and if he permits me, I will try to talk about this ataustic collective unconscious. But you saw the collective unconscious, we can talk. But I will also like to tell you one more incident. I just picked up from his presentation. Adi Shankara from Kaladi, his mother passed away. He was in Himalayas. And that's what the telepathy, the communication, what we developed in this country was entirely different. Not electronic, but it is our capacity. And he was communicated, and again I must tell, Adi Shankara came to Kaladi and performed all the rituals for his mother. No transport. And this question was asked in Oxford University with a physics professor. I heard the lecture in TV, saw the lecture also, and he said, the human beings, we can also disintegrate our body into the cosmos or into the air, and we can regroup it. as we do in television pictures. The pictures are going as bits and bits, and you integrate that. Then the question was the physics professor, why can't you do? No, we can't do that, only the Indian yogis could do. No, this is the Oxford University physics professor's statement. So, and also Madam was just mentioning, and many people were talking about savants. Madam gave me a chance to present a paper 2-3 years back on savants, and the Hastamalika, that is what he says, is something like a pill, millipede, like that, the gooseberry. So, still he was treated as a kind of dull-headed, dumb person. We are reading the Hastamalika Sutram, it's so good. It is there for centuries. That is all our, many things about our skills, capacity, what we have, that should be brought out, how to brought out. And the topic Madam was given to introduce yoga. And the big things, big troubles we have. I wanted to introduce yoga for all the special educators, and the objection is no scientific proof for that. They refused. Then I was tempted to conduct a kind of control study, probably which I am going to present. And after that, we introduced yoga. In all the special education in India, they have to go through yoga. That's probably my contribution. Another one I must tell, this research, what we did, was presented in American Psychology Association, 1985. After that also, before that also, after that it has become a kind of, all the psychology textbooks started carrying yoga as relaxation therapy. And I thought we must give the ancestral wisdom a little bit in a camouflaged way, but if you ask questions, maybe, sir, this also, just 1 minute before slide, this also from Rig Veda. I would like to state, Rig Veda period there was no religion at all. No religion. Christianity, even Hinduism was named only in the 6th century BC. At that time, Rig Veda, about 5,000 years back, they talk about, let noble thoughts come to us from every side. It should go from me and I must take it from you. That's what Rig Veda says. Next one, fast here. Next one. This is what Krishna, if you go in Paris, the Interpol office, international, the police headquarters, the entrance, you have the big Krishna Upadesha statue that is there. All over the world, psychologists and lawyers, all of them, they agree. The arguments, what they posed, what they gave in Krishna Upadesham, both to Krishna and the arguments of Panchali, of Draupadi, still holds good to any legal thing. That's what they say. And in that, 5,000 years back in your Gita, Krishna talks about 18 different types of approaches in yoga. 18 different types. See, I have not learnt Sanskrit at all, so my learning is all from the English translation, because my Sanskrit knowledge is practically zero. The next one. This is what I thought I must give. This is Patanjali. First statue is Patanjali. 200 BC. Some people say 500 BC. Patanjali, but it's a big story. I do not know whether time will permit for me to say all those things. There was one student was not very good, but he had 100 students. He taught all the 100 students behind the screen. He was teaching behind the screen. So, one little dull-headed boy got bored and went away, cutting the class. And the 99 students who were there, they had a kind of curiosity to know why this man is just sitting behind the screen and teaching. They removed the screen, all were burnt to ashes. That's the story. He was teaching as a kind of five-headed serpent, that is Adiseshan. He was teaching like that. And then what to do? This man came and Patanjali saw, oh, how can I teach him? He will not learn. So he immediately entered inside, that is entered and started teaching. And I tell all our special educators, you have to enter into the boy and see where he is and start teaching. That's the story of Patanjali. Then the next person is Nada Muni, who lived in 6th century AD in down south in Tirunelveli district. He has written a book called Yoga Ragasya. And in that book only, he taught so many things, but time will not permit, so I have cut short. And he says, the famous thing for me, all the ladies should do yoga. He gives an argument, when you sow a seed, you dig the ground, dry it, wet it, fertilize it, sow it, water it, and do everything. The human seed is sown in the woman. That means you have to give so much importance to the lady. So he talks about yoga, previous conceiving, during pregnancy, after delivery, everything he talks about. And we have taken Patanjali, Navamuni. Navamuni's family is Krishnamacharya. Krishnamacharya, all of us we know B.K.S. Iyengar. B.K.S. Iyengar's teacher is Krishnamacharya. I had the good fortune to learn from him. That is straight from Nadamuni's tradition. And interestingly, the first man is Krishnamacharya's son and disciple. The next one is Anantanarayanan, an M.Tech person. And Sri Ram is an engineer, computer engineer. These people have the background like you and me. They interpreted yoga with the scientific thing, and that's what we have been using. Okay, the next one. This is, I can brag a little bit. That is me with Krishnamacharya. That is me with Skinner. So, why I showed this is, yes, I would like to understand Krishnamacharya thoroughly through Skinner's eyes. That's how we have developed this. The next one, please. So, concept of yoga, introduced yoga, started sometime in 1968. I was interested. But before that, I must tell one thing. I was interested in autism. I submitted my master's dissertation in 1966, 50 years, April, that's it will be. That time my dissertation was autism. I am really proud to say this, yes, I am working last 50 years with autism and I am seeing the growth. And I must acknowledge here the work what Madam Chari has done. One day I visited her institute where she was working in Delhi, and I told her, Madam, you are teaching very well. We know, it's good. But you must have the qualification in autism better. That will enhance your work. Next week I received a call from Florida. She said, I'm in Florida, I'm studying autism course, education course. Great, you must give her a big clap for her. That's what. To understand our ancestral wisdom, the yoga, definitely we have to open our eyes a little bit. And we can do that. The next, that is okay. And 77 to 83, under the guidance of the great Yogacharya, we conducted a research. But when I first approached Yogacharya, sir, we have children like this. And he said, we don't have experience to handle these children, but we can teach you. Then I said, to handle these children, our special educators are very good. Can you teach? He said, of course. And the great genius who demonstrated to the British governor in Mysore, he stopped his heart for a few minutes and it was written in medical journal as a yoga teacher. Great scholar. And then we started this, we introduced this as a therapy, but yet we would like to conduct a kind of feasibility of introducing that to the next one. Okay, this is what I would like to expand. Yoga as potentially Nada Muni just described, bringing two things together. Yoga means bringing two things together. You are all sitting here, I am sitting here, this is also yoga. Because we are brought together today. This is also yoga. As per Patanjali, no one can dispute him. But Patanjali is not the person who developed or invented yoga. He codified yoga. Because it is there for thousands of years. Then the other one is causing the movements of the mind to come together. So, whenever there is a kind of distraction or something, yoga can bring that together. And what you have not achieved earlier, yoga will make you to achieve. Enabling one to achieve his potential. So, where the spirituality and other things comes here, bringing two things together, you call it as God or God's particle or spirituality or with the energy, with the nature, yoga should do that. The vehicle to reach that is your breathing, because the cosmos, 5 basic elements, one is your Vayu or the oxygen or the prana. That's the way they used to reach that macrocosm. Okay. Next one. Okay. We will leave this. First, when we taught the special educators, we thought whether we will be able to make them to learn yoga. We tried. We trained them. Fantastic result. And then we will see that later. But before we started this yoga, what we did, we had taken about 260 asanas. That's a lot of asanas. So many asanas are there. In that, I have culled out about 268 which will be useful for our children. And we call the physiotherapists, occupational therapists, doctors, everyone. and kept them because very difficult, and no time to say that. For example, Down syndrome children, you cannot make them to do a headstand or sirsasana because the neck is developed to take the weight of the head, not the body. It will just go inside like that. So avoid all those asanas carefully and plan out, and we took about 15 asanas only where there is no side effects or counterproductive or danger, anything, and we started developing this. Next one. Now, you leave this, next one we will go. How many? The children, we selected 63 children, 13 dropped out, 50 children final sample, male 36, female 14, age 8 to 16, mean age, IQ, all those things we have put that in the research. Next one, please. Okay. In the classification, we thought we had a control group of 50 children without doing yoga, and these 50 children will be doing yoga. This is Down syndrome, microcephaly, hydrocephaly, autism also. 4. Epilepsy, obesity. This is the sample which has all the problems we selected for us to have the study. The next one. Yes. How many people had how many problems? Not one person had a single problem, only how many? 15. The remaining 35, they had more than one problem with them to do this yoga. Next one. Yes. The golden rule in yoga, after long discussion with all the experts, we found the yoga should be, what you do is sugar, comfortable, steady, there should be posture and counter posture, adaptation. That's what Madam asked me to speak. Pranayama, inhalation and exhalation. This no waiver, no bargain. We will not accept any change in this. It's a must. It's a must. And we talk about that. Maybe Madam said, can you bring your children and demonstrate? I said, yes. No. Then shall I bring the teachers? Then she said, 30 minutes. Not possible. So then she said, you yourself can demonstrate. Huh? Next one, please. Now, this picture, sir, I could not get. Usually traditional yoga teachers will say you have to sit on Padmasana. No, Patanjali never said that. As comfortable as possible. If you want to sit on your chair and do yoga, yes. That's he has permitted. He has permitted. So, I took a picture from the end only. If the child would like to sit like this and do yoga, let her do. I also asked Krishnamacharya, what is the age we have to start with the yoga practice? He said, 2.5, 3, you can start. And then I said, no, we cannot judge that our children development like that. Okay. Then when our shastrams are telling, when the child can take the food and eat, you can start. I said, many of our children will not take the food and eat at all. Then he said, is the child breathing? I said, yes. Start yoga. See, pranayama. Right? So, these are some of the things. The child should be comfortable. The explanation given by the commentators is, you try to make the child to sit on Padmasana, and the child has difficulties. All the time the child will spend the time in thinking how to sit on Padmasana and all this time. So, it should be shubha, comfortable. The next thing is steady. If you, next slide. Yes. You have to raise the heel like this. And some of our children with autism, they always have a tiptoe condition. And if you cannot stand like this, if they can give the support like this also, you can do. Give the support. That Patanjali thought about 2,500 years back. Now, UNCRPD has given that, now in 2006, you give support. Right? Make them to do that, give the support. Now, this is what Madam suggested, how to make the asanas modification or something like that. So, you give this posture. When you do that, there will be little tension here also, here. So, Patanjali said that. Nagamuni underlined that and saying, when you do an asana, bending this way, the next asana should be counter posture. That's what posture and then counter posture you have to. So, all the newspapers and magazines, they say, you do this asana, you will be alright. No, that is totally wrong. Because that particular asana may harm your body also. You must be very careful. So, you cannot do a single asana, but you have to do a course of asana, preparation, posture, counter posture, and all those things, at least minimum it should be 4. The next one, please. Okay, this I made it, he tried, and all the asanas. For example, you want to bend like this, forward bending. You cannot do that. You can bend your leg like this, little bit, permitted by Patanjali, right? And you bend like this. Today, tomorrow, like that you can go. You can have this kind of adaptations for the children to do this asana. And you can give support. And this asana will be like this. But many of our children I saw, when they go forward, they fall. So, if you make them to bend the hand just behind, they get the balance and they do it. Excellent. So, you can modify that. There's nothing wrong in it. Like that, many asanas, where there is a need, you can adapt it and you can modify that. But the modification should not take away the core information or core benefits of the child from the asana. Next one. Yes. And this is very simple. All of us will do. When the child cannot bring the hands together, wobbles like that, you can give a ball or stick in the hand, the child will hold that and both hands will come together. Children with a cerebral palsy, one hand will go, the other hand will not go up. Make the child to hold this hand, moving hand, and non-moving hand, push it up, it will go both. So you have to modify as per the need of the child, and we can use this kind of assistive devices. Next one. This is all the special educators are familiar. Task analyzed asana. If you think this asana is must for the child, task analyze, teach and put that into this practice. Next one. Yes. This is what it's very, very important, inhalation and exhalation. But the great thing what we achieved in the yoga is, for a child who is mentally retarded, moochu, child may not know. Ulle, inside, the child may not know. Ilu, the child may not know. Veliye may not know. Vidu may not know. Simply, what you do is make the child, this is scientifically, if you read Vinyoga International from Belgium, they have done so much scientific work. When you bend like that, how your skeletal system, nervous system, blood system, all working, you have X-ray scan, everything they have done and published. They helped us to have the pictures also. And when you bend like this, the body is very tight. So, say, like that, you exhale. You need not talk about inhaling. Automatically the air will go. No one can control that. You understand that? Now, you say with ha, it gives work for your chest. When you say ha, it gives work for your stomach. For Down syndrome and all, if they start putting on weight, you will say ha. But later, Om we used. Om we used. But some religion, for example, Sar may not say Om because the religious belief. And we say Amen. Amen. Amen, you can say, no? Amen? Simply sound. Amen you can say. Just like that. This I learnt it from the interfaith service here in Santo. I asked them. They said, okay, they can use this if you want. Okay. Then they said, that Ram they sound, that helps this. I also learned it from them only. Like that. It purifies the blood. That's what they say. It takes more oxygen. But then I was searching the Bible. There's a Ram in Bible also. That should be in Quran also. Because in the Old Testament, in the first chapters I saw. Right? No. Inhalation, exhalation. Don't worry about this breathing, that breathing and all. But maximum what we have done is with them, the Sitali Pranayama, hold the tongue. 4% of the population, they cannot twist the tongue like this. That's also there. So we can modify that also. We can adapt to do that. Instead of that, you can breathe in and exhale like that. Whatever you, and I always tell my students, today after the trip we are so tired, we would like to have a cup of coffee. No. Go and sit and do about 21 times Sitali Pranayama. You need not take coffee. Your body is charged. Your body is charged. This is the truth. You can try that even today.
Tea break one up.
2 break went down. See how smart she is. Now, that's how pranayama we thought use automatic the thing. But one thing is I must tell you, when you bend your body forward and if you inhale, in your blood vessels, the valves get damaged. So, when the body contracts, you must exhale. When the body expands, you have to inhale. That's the golden rule. You cannot change it. Next one. Oh, rest, savasana. All our students like this. After the yoga, you take savasana, they sleep. Because the body gets relaxed. The mind gets relaxed. And you are again. Next one. Okay. These are all the thing. What I explained. And even with the 20 asanas, what we have done is, we have developed 15 courses, not single asana. One course for children with disability, 12, 15 courses. That is enough for them for the lifetime, and 12 courses for the teachers. We make the teachers to do it. Unless you experience it, you cannot share it. That's how we make all our teachers to do that, and they do better than me, definitely, because they are listening to the teacher. I'm not that good in listening to people. Now, one thing I must tell, Sirsasanam we have dropped. Sarvangasanam also very complicated asana. But interestingly, what they have done is, our teachers, they have put the children against the wall, started Sarvangasana, gradually started fading, and I go to Tirunelveli, and the teacher says, Sarvangasana, all of them are in Sarvangasana. Then later we have included, saying it is also possible for our children. The blood Sarvangasana, as per the Belgian people, that is the best. The body, blood flow, nervous system, everything is get exercised during Sarva Anga Asana. That is become Sarvangasana. Next one. Okay, this is one. Next one. Yes, all our children doing asanas. You go fast. Okay. Teacher is teaching.
This is Aishwarya.
Go. I see.
This is
ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ಟೀಚರ್
ಟೀಚರ್ ಯಾರು ಸೊಲ್ಲ
Usha teacher. So this is what we taught all of them, and individually they put them into groups, so that waiting for the turn is a social skill. Social skill is the poor in our children, as per the definition. So a lot of interaction took place, and many places, many things our children demonstrated and made us small, because they are far better than us in many things, and did that. And I must say now, earlier we used to say, we taught IC, our school taught IC. Now we are learning, because of IC we are also surviving. Like that, she has brought a lot of name to us, thanks to. And Aishi's mother was my student, special educator. Where is Sriram sir? He is our Vijay Human Services, the institute secretary. So you know our relationship. Next one, please. Oh, Aishi, next one, next. All. Right? Okay. Now, in the control study, that was over in 1983, but our result is reduction in hyperactivity, improvement in social interaction 24, reduction in drooling 9, thumb sucking discipline 2, improvement in gross motor functions 23, wheezing 2. One child had facial tics, disappeared. These are some of the earliest findings. Next one. Yes. When Madam Chadi said, do it, I will do it. She gave me a book on yoga autism. That book tells, quoted from Yoga for Children with Autism Spectrum by Betts, shown to slow cardiovascular rhythm, improves spatial memory tasks, reduction in symptoms of asthma, that's what we also have, effective treatment of systemic mental health disorders. This is what Madam gave the book. In that they have reference. If you take Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Sutra 2 talks about the same thing. Surprising. Sutra 2 talks about mental health, talks about the mental health. Treatment of neurological disorder, increased motor performance among school children. This is what Madam's book I learned, what she gave. Next. This is what. All of you, this is probably our concluding slide. Always I use this from Taittiriya Upanishad. What is this slide? Everyone say Nataraja, Chidambaram and all. One Frenchman has written a thesis in Madras University not for the whole India, not for the whole world, for the whole cosmos. Chidambaram is the center place, and he got his PhD also. I did not have given PhD for that, but he got a PhD. And I must tell you this very clearly. This is, quickly I will tell, fire. In the head, Ganga Mata is there, water. The hair is fluttering in the air. He is standing in the cosmos. He is in the cosmos, standing on the earth. All the 5 elements. With the 5 elements, the drum, he created a sound and started moving and created the world. And in that one aspect, the air, we take it through pranayama, that's all, to reach the natural thing. That's what. It says, may I through the guidance of the right teacher, see the truth prevailing in the animate and the inanimate in the vast cosmic space and understand that. And the yoga will be a good vehicle to understand the system. To conclude, I would like to state one statement. This inspiration, I got it from the speakers. Once we met Kanchi Paramacharya, you know, the senior Acharya, who is no more. And he said, we were talking about with some children with the autism, and he said, I wanted to be away from the world. He said, I wanted to be away from the world. I don't want any big mat or anything for me to sleep. I don't want. I don't want any rich food. I never asked for it. I don't want it. And always would like to be alone, to reach the cosmos. Your children also doing that? I am trying to get it, but your children are already getting it. Be happy. That's what he said at the spiritual level. Thank you very much for that.